Hey, good evening, everyone. I'm John Henderson. Normally, I like to review a lot of controllers that come out every so often. Today, we're going to review on the back end of CES a couple of controllers. Of course, this is all going to be open box. I've got three open boxes right here that we're going to do today by a company called Big One. Big One, which is a Chinese manufacturer, is trying to get into the American gaming controller business. So we have some three controllers here. I want to do open boxes over each one, and then after that, later on, I'm going to have some time with them. My son will be here also, and we're going to go into fine detail on how these work against a lot of the games that we played today. So the first one that I want to talk about is called the Rainbow 2. Before we crack open the box real quick, let's go over a couple of the descriptions that you see on the box. Real quick, it says here on the side, it has 4 remappable additional buttons that you see right here down at the bottom of the controller. You see Hall sensor triggers. That means the triggers that we'll see has that Hall sensor effect, that this new technology that we're all looking for. There's a trigger stop switch where you can adjust that trigger. And then we see 6-axis gyroscope. So that means you've got a little bit of to where you can take the controller and move it up, down, left, right, and all around to give you that 6-axis. It has a rubber grip, which is what you're seeing on a lot of the controllers like the Xbox Elite. This one right here supports audio, which is good. You're starting to see that slowly but surely fade away as a lot of people start to push forward for Bluetooth. And you also see, looks like hybrid expanded connectivity. But before we get into that, just to let you know that these controllers here will not work on your Xbox One. They don't have the certification yet, but the company said they're working toward getting the certification with Microsoft. But they will work with Windows 10, Windows 11, Switch, and it says here Android and iOS. So let's go ahead and do our first open box. See if we can crack this sucker open. I did not bring a knife, but I did bring my handy dandy pen to my Galaxy S22. Bam, look at that. So open this sucker open. And just as we open the box up, it looks like it's a decent open box that you can see right here. You see the controller right here. We've got some softness around both the analog sticks. Looks like it got a little bit of protection on the box itself. Once you see some extra sticks, some analog sticks. You've got, look at this, you've got a good charging base, and the charging base looks like it has USB-C for the charge, and this actually has a USB-A on the front end, probably for additional accessories that you'll see. Let's pull out the controller. The controller's got that nice protection going around it. I like that. Man, look at this smoky see-through case. That is awesome. Look at that. It's reminiscent of my Steam Deck I got upstairs. I've got the Steam Deck limited edition, which has a similar smoky gray to it. But you can see here you've got some remappable buttons. It looks like you've got some Hall effect sticks on top. Oh, they even pop up. I don't see where you could probably modify it like you see on the Xbox Elite, but you're getting what you're paying for right here. This right here is $79.99, and we'll go over the other prices on the other ones when we open them up. So pretty good so far. Let's take a look at what else we got in the box. Looks like we have a USB radio chip. Let's go ahead and pull this out of the plastic. So you got your RF right here, your RF adapter. You even put a nice little cover on it. So this goes into the back of your PC to where you can communicate over radio frequency. And there is, I don't see any type of jumper switch, so maybe it's software, or maybe there's a setting in the instruction manual. But if this is radio, that means it says on the box it's supposed to be cable also. So let's see if they got a cable back here or something we can look for. Well, it's got our sticks. We also have a replaceable control right here. And it looks like, I don't see how this would pop off, but we'll figure that out too. And we got our sticks here. Open it up. There's our USB cable for plugging it up. And then we have a instruction manual here. Instruction manual here's got everything here. I don't think the batteries come out. We're gonna have to figure out and go into a little bit more detail. I don't know if the plate comes off or what. It doesn't look like it. So we'll figure out how to get the control off. I've got a good, feels like it's got a good feel to it. You see where you've got the selector right here to adjust your triggers. You hear, but I'm noticing it's only a 2 selector. So to pull your trigger all the way back, you see how it pulls all the way back? So this is if you're playing a game like you're playing either Asphalt, or if you're playing any of the Microsoft games that you're playing on your PC where you're driving, you can pull down on that brake or pull down on that gas in order to sit here and get the proper feel. But when you want to adjust it back up, you've got to tap, tap, tap in case you're playing a first-person shooter, say something like Doom or something like Call of Duty, and you're trying to just do a quick tap, tap, as in you're pulling your trigger. So it's got a good feel to it. The feel is really good. See, there's a RF button right there, probably Bluetooth, and it's pretty good. Buttons up front, which is reminiscent also of the Razer controller, where you got those switches right there. Looks like you've got plenty to work with right here. So this right here again is your Rainbow 2, which goes for $80. So we'll go ahead and put this all aside. Push that all aside. You guys will get more from us later on. And then I want to talk about these next 2 controllers. This next one right here is called the Blitz Combo. So the difference between this one and this one is here, this is mechanical. And these buttons here are membrane. You can tell as you're pushing down on it, you don't hear that click, click, click. It's more of a mash and mushiness. So mainly a membrane, which is what you see in a lot of controllers these days. Well, this one, the company is telling us that it's probably going to be, it's supposed to be mechanical. So we'll go ahead and cut this one open real quick with my handy dandy pen. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. I'm probably going to need a new one of these real quick. Next time I'll come with the blade. So popping this open, and as you can see, just it looks almost about the same as this one. But let's see. Let's take a look. Oh my. Okay. So this one off the bat, and I'm noticing there's no charging. No charging station in here. It says it comes with a charging station, but there's no charging station. So we'll have to go back and tell them about that as well. No charging station. You have a USB-C to USB-A cable. You got an instruction manual, which is in English and also in Chinese and a couple other languages like German. So nice to see. It's like you got a sticker or something there too. And that is it. So no charger in this one in case you want to use it as a charger. But again, it's got that wonderful grip. Let's go ahead and take those protectors off. These are not popping out at all. But for that click, I can hear it. It is, you can see here and tell as I'm hearing a click. You hear that? That's your membrane. This is your mechanical. You hear that mechanical click. So this is very nice. You know, it just sucks they didn't put the charging base in there. But again, it still got that good feel. Good feel, you can tell as I go up, down on the triggers. Good return, no weeble wobble. There's a little bit of plastic underneath there, unlike the Elite joysticks to where they've got nice metal. But outside of that, it's good movement. Good analog. With this one right here, I'm looking at the side of the box. It says there's an NFC for the Switch in case you want to put your amiibos on here that you normally have with the Switch, the guys that you normally put on there, like your Mario and Luigi and stuff like that my kids have. But outside of that, this is pretty good. Got a couple of back paddles right there to push down on, not bad. And actually, as I'm sitting here using it, it's easy to sit there to go on those paddles. And then, of course, you have the buttons up here. There's an RF button again. So you can see where this is dual. Pretty nice start out the gate for Big One. Although I'm not caring for the company name. Might be a good name in China, but as you're coming into the US, if you're selling into the US, I'd probably change it to something else. I see the Spartan faceplate here, so I'd probably go with something like Hoplite. Hoplite might be a good company name or a good American transition because it goes with the label as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at this next one. This next one is a newer controller that they just came out with. But again, as you can see, these controllers aren't for the Xbox. I want to say that one more time because you see Windows 10, Windows 11, the Switch, Android, and iOS. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. One more try with my handy dandy pen. Make sure we get a good opening with this one. Let's get solid. Yep. Good. Come on, go. Next time we'll use a butter knife or something. Still good. So this one is called the Gale. I like the name of that. See, it's almost like they named the controllers really well. Blitz, Gale, Rainbow 2. Mind you, the Rainbow 2 has RGB lighting, which is probably why they're calling it the Rainbow 2. That's awesome. Good names. Just, I'm not a big win when it comes to big one. Big one is, I'm not sitting here trying to go against how the Chinese name their company, but when you're selling it over in the US, you might want to change the name some. And again, maybe changing it to something that has something to do with this Spartan mass plate, which is their identifier. So I'm opening this up right now. As you can see, these guys package these things really well. This one actually comes with the charging base. Look at that sucker, that is awesome. And again, this charging base has a USB port and a USB-C. So I gather the USB port, this USB-C is what you plug the cable in, and it then goes into a power adapter or in the back of your PC. And then right here is for a USB-A, maybe for another parable, or maybe it's where you house your USB-A radio receiver. Maybe it's housed right there, and look at that, it looks like it is housed there. Look at that, it fits perfectly right there. Isn't that awesome? And then of course the controller itself, let's move these out of the way. The controller itself, again, nice good feel. Doesn't have that rubber grip as these, but still a very nice feel. It's got that reminiscent Xbox look. I'm loving this metal orange. I'm loving this, well, no, it's not metal, it's plastic. I'm loving this orange ring which is going around. I feel like, you know how Valve with their Steam Deck, their colors are black and orange. This right here, I could practically put right next to my Steam Deck and it would be a matching pair perfectly. So as I'm looking at this again, there's no FM jack like on the Rainbow 2, but still, you've got a nice good, this is their base controller. So their base controller with the USB-C for wire. Let's see if they got a wire anywhere. They do have a wire instruction manual, and of course they got stickers and all that other mess. So still good packaging. And the controller itself feels real good in the hands. Feels really good with the left and right triggers. Really good. Of course, you know you can't adjust those, but again, this is your entry level. Get your hands around that, and you know you can say you got your buttons that you need. Now, although you can't play this on the Xbox One, you can play your Xbox games on your PC and still be able to enjoy this controller. And again, just the movement about the same. You got a little bit about the grip is about the same between all of them. I'm noticing off the bat is if we can line all of these controllers up. So this is the big dog. This has got all three. You've got your Bluetooth, your wire, and your RF. And then this here has your Bluetooth, your wire, and your RF. And then this one right here looks like it's probably straight wire. Probably, I don't see any type of connection on here. I'll have to talk with the company again, but they're saying, no, they're calling this also Bluetooth wire and RF as well. So I'll have to go back and talk with the company again because I'm looking at some things that I don't see on here. Although this is baseline that brings you in, I don't see where you would probably put it. Let me see. Aha, I see it. See, it's right there. you see your connection button right there. Unlike these, it's on the front. Here it's right underneath. And here you can see you've got this wonderful grip with these back triggers. Got one, and then you have these inside ones. So again, really good. And then I see the brackets right here for additional bracket to where you can take this and have your phone. And too bad I don't see that bracket here. Maybe it's something which is coming out in the future. But again, this is a good start out of the gate for this company, for this awesome company. The company's name again is Big Big One, and I can't say again that Big Big One might not be a good company name for being sold here in the US. You see where it hits the charging base, which gives you that nice look. Too bad this one, there was no charging base inside. And then of course you have, it goes that way. Let's turn it around. And you've got the charging base here. So out of the gate again, Big Big One has got some, it looks like some pretty good controllers. Of course, this again is an open box. In about maybe a week or so, we're gonna have a more detailed review over each one on its control and how it games when you plug it out. But that's all I have for this evening. I do appreciate your time. This is John checking out again, and thank you for listening in on our international partners here at CES when it comes to gaming. Thank you, and you guys have a good night.